Morning, guys. Sound check. Can anyone hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Awesome, awesome. It's good. Okay, I'll give it 5 more minutes. Please tell your peers to join via YouTube as well. I've sent the link on Element and also attached it to your calendar invite. If you just check your Cohort calendar, you'll see there's a YouTube link and a Zoom link updated there. Just make sure when you join, guys, you mute your mics, please.
Yeah, you see my face. I'm the only one.
Okay, we're gonna kick off in 2 minutes. Good turn up on Zoom. Okay, the session is recorded, guys, so please reference this session later on in terms of going back if you missed anything. Okay, but we'll start shortly. All right, we're gonna kick off. Welcome, guys. Well done for going through induction week. Last week it was fun. Hope you had fun with the hackathon and it gave you some perspective on what to expect going forward. Hi, Zianda. Are you in bed? I see some people they're in bed or something. Shouldn't you be on campus? I hope you logged in your leave. All right. So what's gonna be happening? We're gonna be kicking off the programming fundamentals today, and going forward, your iteration kickoffs will be done by your mentors. So what we're gonna be looking at today is just an overview of what to expect for this first semester, right? So first and foremost, I hope every one of you have access to the curriculum. So to navigate the curriculum much easier. Okay, mute there. Sorry about that. So to navigate the curriculum much easier, you see that on your top right, there's a content list, right? So you can be able to click on each line there. So for example, on this very same page, the contents side, that's what shows you what is on the page, right? So if I click on programming, you see that this is the section on programming. Then click on engineering to take you straight to engineering, right? So based on this very same page, you'll get the introduction into the fundamentals um, programming module, of which you'll be basically focusing on making decisions, repeating instructions, structuring data, combining instructions, processing collections of data and modules and packages. All right. So those are the concepts you will be looking at in terms of programming fundamentals. And this will be based on Python. All right. Then when it comes to engineering, building, so how to structure your code files, packages, so that they can be able to run. And then testing also, how to write a program to test that your program works. All right. This you will learn in the module of test-driven development. Okay. And then most importantly, right, don't undermine this section like communications in terms of journaling. We encourage this very much, right? So it's like documenting your journey at within code, right? So for example, you should document how your induction went, what you learned from the hackathon, right? So you should document all that. What were your challenges, right? So that you can be able to look back and be like, first week, my challenge was this. How am I doing second week? How am I doing third week? Have I taken note of the challenges and addressed them accordingly, right? So we encourage this very much. As much as you can journal online, please try to use a notebook. It's very important to write stuff down, right? It does your brain very much good advantage in terms of getting things flowing, right? So have a pen, have a book or a diary where you journal. If you want to get that to your Google Drive or save it or on Gitbook or elsewhere, then you can transfer it from your book to that platform online so that in case the house burns and the diary burns, you got backup, right? But it's very important that you write things down, guys. Like write your experience down so that you can be able to look back and see what you've improved on. Okay. And then the presentations part, you'll be going through picture pictures with your mentors. They will address how that is gonna go on your side. Picture pictures basically improve your presentation skills, right? So where you've got a few seconds to speak through a certain number of slides, right? So that's what you'll be going through with your mentors, and it's gonna be fun, right? And then at the end of this fundamentals module, you'll have a group project, right? You'll have a group project, and this week you will have new groups. You won't have some groups as last week, so you're gonna have new groups assigned to you. Okay. Montana is requesting to record this meeting locally. Deny, deny. The session is already recorded, guys. So you just reference it on the YouTube link that I shared with you. All right. Questions so far? Let me check the chats. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Jabulo is saying no audio. Just a confirmation. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, so it must be on Jabulo's side then. Okay, hope you fixed your audio issues, Jabulo. Sipo, is the student portal still down? Yes, we're still looking into that. Are all the exercises group work? No. Right. Not all of them. We'll go through that just now. When are we going to be assigned to our new groups? You receive them today. Are all the exercises group work? No. All right. Sweet. Cool. All right. So, this was the first page introducing you what you're going to be looking at. And then you'll see at the bottom here, this is how you navigate to the next session on the bottom right, where it says Python tutorial. And if you look also on your left, this is where it will lead you, right? So if you want to navigate via the left again, you can do that as well, right? But just moving forward, bottom right, Python tutorial. So here you will be learning the basic fundamental concepts or using Python. Please go through this thoroughly, right? As much as we had some of you or all of you doing the CS50 and the Git course, this is very important also, just to cement your understanding. If you really did the CS50 and finished it, don't undermine this section by saying I did CS50 and then I'm gonna skip this session. No, don't skip anything, right? Go through it, and every exercise that is on the curriculum there, please go through it as well in terms of just for practice sake. And here, this is what you'll see in terms of your introduction to Python, right? So as I said before, navigation of the page, top right, contents, why Python, right? And then what is Python? Then try Python, go through the link there for the documentation. And then when it comes to practice as well, as much as this will feel redundant to some of you who are already experienced, I trust you will go through it as well in terms of just trying things out as much as you expect things to be flowing on your side. But if you're new to programming, then this is a good start for you. Please go through this section, right? So we have a step-by-step guide as well to tell you step one, try adding two numbers. And then for step two, print a simple greeting message, of which this was part of your induction week. There was just a greeting exercise you're supposed to do, and that will take you like a few minutes really. If you haven't submitted, please just make sure you do today. Okay. Then step three, store data in a variable. This is where you'll be learning how to store data in a variable. So go through it as well. So as to ease you in to the fundamentals, right? Making decisions, you'll go in depth as well in terms of how you make decisions using Python, right? And you have code snippets there that you can play around with. And then you have self-study links. These are external links that you can also refer to. Please, 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 please go through each and every one of them to benefit from this. Okay. Then self-study. This is what you do maybe when you get home and you want to enhance what you learned for that particular section. Okay. And then repeating instructions. This is a whole page about repeating instructions as well. You'll be going through loops here and learning how to use them as well. There are also code snippets with instructions, pseudocode. So it's just a matter of copy and paste and see how it runs on your machine. But when you copy and paste, make sure that you understand that code snippet, right? Just make sure that you do understand it. Okay, some features as well. There are self-study sections. Please don't skip these. I know it can be a lot and overwhelming at some point, but please do go through these links. Okay, and then structuring data as well. It's a whole lot section that will teach you about structuring data, where you learn about the 4 basic data structures: your tuples, your lists, your sets, your maps, and code snippets as well. You all get that here. So it follows the same structure, right? Cool. And then navigating to combining instructions, we go into depth about combining instructions. And then you learn about procedures, simple compute, and calling functions. Okay. Then you'll have procedures as well, this whole page. You'll have practice exercises that you have to do there. It's just a matter of copying and pasting and playing around with it on your VS Code as well. And then at the bottom, you navigate to the next page, which is simple compute. Just a section under combining instructions as well. It goes into depth with that. Same with calling functions. Right, same structure as well. And make sure, guys, you go through these links. Right, make sure you go through those links. And when you're doing these practice sessions, try code pair, do them as a group. Since you're placed in groups, just make it more fun, learning together, going through the material together. Treat it like a mob code session or something, so that you can be asking each other questions and helping each other when you're stuck and when you don't understand. It's very important that you keep it going like that rather than working in silos, right? And then you have the next section, which will be processing collections, same navigations. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them, but this is basically what you'll be going through in the Python tutorial. So there's processing collections, you have modules and packages, right? And then you'll have a section called Don't Panic, right? It has some exercises for you to do as well there, where you'll be learning error handling in Python, just to learn how to debug, right? So all of this information that you have went through up to modules and packages, right, is preparing you for this exercise for UNO, right? So do not jump straight to the exercise. First, go through the material under Python tutorial, and then you can attempt UNO. So I would say give it today and tomorrow, then you can start attempting UNO maybe later tomorrow, right? Or on Thursday even. It's a code pairing. It's a peer review exercise, the UNO exercise. So you'll have to uh, review one of your peers as well for this exercise, so that you can interact and learn from each other. And remember, reviews, you're not marking anyone. You're just sharing ideas and understanding how someone thinks in terms of programming. So that's the very important thing about reviews. You're not reviewing someone to give them a mark. You're reviewing someone to learn how they did it and to see whether you can apply what you learned from their experience as well. Okay, questions. I've got 16 there. Okay, let's see. On Friday, what's happening on Friday, Rachel? How do we have to switch workstations? And we will switch every week. No, you don't have to switch workstations every week. It's only for today and for the rest of the semester. Are we gonna get a script to review? If you mean you're gonna get a script like a Google form, that will be communicated with you as well, most likely. But the mentors will be on the ground to assist with that. Um, Is the UNO project a group project? No, it's a solo project. Just as Basang answered there, but it has to be peer reviewed. Da, da, da. How do we have to switch workstations and do switch every week? No, no, no. When is the project due? If you check your calendar, right? Um, if you check your calendar, let me just uncheck here. Thumbs up if you can see a calendar on my screen. Sweet. So this is your Cohort calendar. We sent you an email this morning if you haven't subscribed to it. So if you check your Cohort calendar, it will tell you when an exercise starts and when it ends, right? So let me go to week view, right? You'll see that UNO stretches from Monday to Friday. And when you go to next, you see that from next week, you're starting with another iteration. So UNO is an exercise for this week. And if you take your time, really, guys, to go through the content on the Python tutorial, UNO should really take you like 1 day, honestly, right? That's why I'm even advising you to start it on Thursday, right? You can start it on Thursday and finish it on Thursday. And then you can spend Friday peer reviewing and all that, right? It's not that difficult. And you have mentors as well to guide you, so you'll be fine. So this is how you check when the iteration is due. As you can see from next week, Monday, you're starting with coding kata style. And then the following week, it's TDD alien units. So just follow your calendar. Make sure you check your calendar for due dates. Okay. All right. Let's see other questions. I can't access the calendar. It says I don't have access. Snow. Who else has a same problem with snow? Okay, we'll look into that. Will this meeting be uploaded on YouTube? Yes. When is the project due? I already spoke on that. All of the projects from now going to be graded. Yes, they are going to be graded. Okay, Shifa, seems like you're answering these questions, right? This meeting will be uploaded on YouTube. Oh, same here. Do you have to journal on paper? I advise you to journal on paper first, right? And then you transfer that to your docs. It helps, guys. It really helps. It helps. Yes, UNO is the only exercise for this week. So that's your focus. You need to use student Google account to get access to the, yes, you need to use that. So probably Snow, if you don't have access to subscribe to that, you might be using a personal email. When are you going to be assigned to any groups? All right, this question is being answered.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mshifa. I'm just reading the
Said you can.
questions.
Okay, cool.
But
I don't know.
but
Who's Enigma?
your sound is choppy. I don't know, maybe you can turn off your camera.
Is it choppy?
On my side.
Maybe I'm too far. Can you hear it now?
Mm-hmm.
How about now?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, cool. I just want, because it seems like there's a bit of panic about moving nations. You will move stations. Nothing is ever permanent. We can move you at any time, right? But then the best response goes to Enigma there, where someone is asking about why are we moving stations? And will we be switching every week? You won't be switching every week. We usually switch maybe around each and every semester. But then Enigma's answer of the day says, why are we moving stations? It's to help you to get used to setting up your computer environment. Repetition is key. I hope that answers your question. And I hope that that answer by Enigma answers everyone's questions in terms of switching stations. Very cool. Thank you, Enigma, for that.
Cool. Okay, as a question for Bradshaw, when will the student portal be accessible? Going through last week's reading says to submit projects, we need the student portal. You don't really need the student portal to submit your exercises. Just follow the instructions on the curriculum on how to submit your exercises, right? Student portal is just for you to easily navigate through the resources that we gave you, right? So that you see which exercise you're behind on and easily access different pages on the curriculum. So for now, whilst we're still working on that, please just focus on completing exercises as per instructions on the curriculum. Can you please give us an example of journaling? All right. Journaling is just writing notes on your challenges. Like, for example, I would say, as I gave an example with your hackathon last week, right? Just take a look at your experience of the hackathon. Write down your challenges that you went through. Write down anything new that you learned there, right? It can be possible that nothing was new for you, right? Just note that down. That everything that you learned from the hackathon you already knew, right? So it just helps you document your journey, right? Which is very important. So that when you look back, you will know that first week I was struggling with this, then second week I improved. So that's basically journaling. I'm going to be submitting the journals. No, you're not going to be submitting the journals, but your mentors will be reviewing them. Your mentors will review them. They'll just make sure that you're doing them. Okay. All right, cool. So basically for this week, it's Python tutorial. This is what you'll be doing. Okay. What we just went through. Then moving forward, these are the other sections that you'll be focusing on. From next week, you'll be doing test-driven development, and you will have these exercises to do, right? They're all on your calendar, guys. So don't panic. Just focus on 1 week at a time, right? Don't start thinking about next week when you're in this week. Just focus on this week only, right? Then after test-driven development, what you'll do after that is just some more exercises just to refine your Python skills, right? So these are the exercises that you'll be doing under that submodule. And then you will have more exercises again on Python features, such as the game Sudoku and some mathematics exercises on gradients, right? And then you'll have the mathematics for software engineering module, where you'll be introduced to some exercises um, called DICE, where you will learn about statistics as well. Then soon after this is when you will dive into your Code Clinics booking system, which is your first, I would like to call it your second group project, because Hackathon was just a taste of how you guys will be working in a group. So this will be your group project to wrap up the semester. So that will be the overview of the fundamentals module. But in terms of iteration kickoffs, your mentors will be going through the kickoffs with you in groups that you are in, and that would help you a lot. But for this week, it's a lot of reading, it's a lot of practicing, and I'll prefer that you do that in groups, guys. Don't do it in silos, so that you enjoy your learning. Okay. Any additions, Mashifa?
Can you hear me? Is my sound okay?
Yeah, your sound is okay. And I know you want us to see you, but
Yeah, gotta see, gotta see. All
yeah.
right. So a few things I wanna address. Um, One, when you guys get your teams, you'll also see the number that you are at on that specific sheet is the allocation of your PC. Wherever you are at the moment, leave. You'll have to leave. Don't move a PC. Do not move a mouse. Don't touch it. Don't touch the keyboard. Leave everything as it is. Go to the next PC and set that up. Don't panic about setting up. You'll get eventually, but then the aim is to always practice how to set up your environment. Okay? So don't panic about changing PCs. Cool. That's number one I want to address. Number two is that this one is more of a pro tip. I think I did say this last week, but I'm going to say it again. Uh, as you do these projects, okay, we are kind of learning Python. We are, right? But then the thing is, this is just a tool. Okay. The number one thing is that you are learning how to be a problem solver, right? Problem solver. That's the number one thing that you're currently learning. And it just so happens that we are learning this through a certain language, and it just so happens to be Python. All right. You have projects, they have specifications that you need to meet. Your job is to find out how to meet those specifications. And that's exactly how you solve a problem. All right. So every time you approach a problem or an exercise or whatever you want to call it, or thinking should be like, okay, cool, how do I solve this problem? Uh, just have that in mind every time you approach these things. And then, Manda, I want to go through Matrix.
All right, cool.
It's okay. Should I do that?
Yeah, you can. You wanna share? I'll stop sharing on my side.
Or you can share either or. Doesn't matter. Manda?
Yes, I'm sharing. Can you see my screen?
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. So just to clarify, element, we use these two names interchangeably. So we have matrix element. We usually call it elementrix now. So this is our number one mode of communication. Okay. So here is where you guys should be having conversations with your mentors, and here is exactly where you will get to reach out to the performance team, where you will get announcements, where you will get any updates from the performance team. Besides the performance team, you might even get announcements from the LMS team or placements team or whatever team. Um, so please just make sure that you're always checking your element. All right. Like, for example, Peter posted that, hey, there's a kickoff session, and only about 41 people viewed that, right? As you can see around there. So the aim is to have everyone view that. So we don't want to be constantly sending you guys emails and whatever. So please just make sure that you are on Matrix or Element. If you are not, please reach out to your mentor so that you can be properly onboarded there onto Matrix. Cool. And then the other one, the most important one is, can you go to LMS issues and updates, Pete? Peter?
Yeah, I'm there. LMS issues
Cool.
and updates. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So now, so we have a within code CLI tool. So we will shortly be updating that binary file. Okay, if you don't know what a binary file is, okay, don't stress out. But we will be uploading a certain file onto this channel, all right? Together with some instructions. So what we want you to do is follow those instructions, download the binary file, and then do the whole thing. If you're struggling, just get your mentor to show you where you might be getting stuck. All right. So that you installing the within code binary file, and that's where you will be also getting some sort of feedback in your status, where you are currently at, how your project's doing and stuff. All right. Couple that together with the LMS bot. I know there's someone who asked about the LMS bot. So the LMS bot will usually just tell you about a specific project that you are currently working on. So for example, if you push, what it does is that it starts to autocode, and then it will tell you that, hey, your project is not up to standard. Maybe you just need to go back and fix up a few things. Or it'll otherwise say that, hey, everything is working, you're all good to go, you can move on to the next project. All right. So in terms of LMS bot, you may get a response from the LMS bot on Matrix itself, or you may get a response via email. So it usually goes both ways. It's via email and via the LMS bot. Let me see if I have an example of how that looks like. Let's see, I don't have an example. Okay, I don't have an example for now. But since you guys did Hello World, you should have gotten an idea of how the LMS bot would actually look like from your side. And then, yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to address, Pete.
All right, cool. I see some more questions there. So these questions, your mentors will be able to assist you guys in terms of element, unable to verify your device. They'll get you through all that and all your passkeys. Remember, passkeys, you should save it so that you can access it um, via another machine if you can. Then what do you do when you have a pipeline error? Please elaborate on that, Lauren. What pipeline error are you getting? From which exercise? Just on Hello World. The LMS setup guides.
Okay, cool. Can I just answer Daniel? Daniel. Yeah, so we are going to upload the binary file and the instructions right there by element. So that's mostly because we currently having problems with the student portal, so we're just double dipping at this point. So once you have that instruction, yeah, but otherwise, yeah, so we're just going to upload it there so that you can do the things as we are working on fixing a few things there by the portal.
Kim, you're not gonna work with the same mentors as you did last week. Some of you might, but yeah, we shuffle things around. But the mentor that you're gonna get this week is the mentor that will be your mentor throughout first semester. And the rest of the
Yes.
questions, I see they're element related. Your mentors will be able to guide you through that, guys. You should be good.
Yes. Just to address something in terms of your mentors, uh, um, so these people have been chosen, okay? They went through a rigorous process to become your mentors out of so many applications, right? And we have the trust and belief that they will filter down our very same thoughts to you guys. All right. So the expectation is that you guys are actually respectful. You listen to them. They've been here for a while. They know the workarounds. All right. If you're not happy with the mentor, you can reach out to the performance team. But please, by all means, try to be respectful. Just listen to them.
Lauren, does LMS look for specific files? Yes, it does. If you check here, the instructions, just follow instructions, guys. The very important file that you should have there, it says in your Git repository, include a file like .lms/exercises.toml. If that is not correctly configured, LMS won't pick up your submission. So the bot will tell you as well that it's missing something, but make sure that you include this file. And it's just a copy and paste, guys. It's nothing difficult. Even the name itself, if you want to create the file, just copy this. And it's simple, right? Just copy
Maybe you
paste.
can show them an example of how the toml file looks like.
They are looking at it.
No, on a repo, on a repo.
On a repo, I have to create another. Let me just go to a student. Do you have a repo open there?
Yeah, I sent it to you, the matrix thing on Telegram. Check it out. Use that one.
On Telegram?
Yeah, there's the link that I showed you.
Okay. For Hello World. All right. So, for example, thumbs up if you can see my screen. So this is a repo from second year, right? So you'll have this hidden folder, right? When you see this .lms, it means it's a hidden folder. So if you forget the dot as well, LMS won't pick up your submission. So make sure you capture that, right? And then inside that hidden folder, that .lms folder, this is where you put the exercise.toml file, right? So it's just copy and paste the name as well, and then you name it exactly as it is. And then the contents as well, you copy and paste it from the curriculum, right? Just as is, just like this.
So
So
each
that's
project has its own activity ID. Each project has its own activity ID. The toml file is never the same. So if you can check there, it's Hello World, and then activity ID is FunX Hello World. And then if you can go to the curriculum, you can read. As you can see, that's that UNO project, then the activity ID changes. So you do not generate these things for yourself. As Peter said, that your job is to just copy and paste. And then you can start with the project.
all right. I hope that was clear. If you have more questions, your mentors will be able to help too, because they've went through the same thing, so they should be able to help you. I submitted Hello World correctly, but got no response. Why is the response received? Okay, usually we get it via email, but we'll check that out. Okay.
So it's email and element. Email and element. So that's why it's important for you to actually set up your element.
Okay. I think that'll be it for this session. We'll see you on the ground. Are there any other questions on YouTube? No, nothing. Okay.
I haven't checked that YouTube.
I don't see anything. So we good.
Okay.
All right. All right. Have a productive week, guys. Remember, don't get stuck for too long. If you're stuck for 15 minutes, ask your peer. Right? Don't get stuck for too long. Always ask. Otherwise, have a productive week. See you on the ground. Cheers.